Tottenham Hotspur sporting director Fabio Paratici has come out and said, "I did nothing wrong. I feel at home at Tottenham. They have never had doubts about me." The Sun newspaper has stated that Galatasaray are again eyeing Tottenham Hotspur midfielder Yves Bissouma, this time on a free transfer at the end of this season. Lucas Bergvall has returned to Hotspur way following a reaction to his concussion, and former Spurs owner Joe Lewis is to be pardoned by US President Donald Trump, but he will not return to Spurs. Hi everyone, hope you're well. Chris Cowlin here. This is another episode of Tottenham News where I'll be going through all of the latest Spurs news, rumours and reports. If you're watching on YouTube, please do hit that subscribe button, like, share and comment below. And if you're listening to this on an audio platform, please do hit that follow button and leave a review if you can. Let's start with a report from the Sun newspaper all about Tottenham Hotspur midfielder Yves Bissouma. The Sun have stated that Galatasaray have remained in contact with Yves Bissouma's camp in a bid to sign the Tottenham and Mali midfielder on a free transfer next summer. Bissouma is desperate to play for Spurs again before his contract expires, but an ankle injury has complicated his situation and he is not expected back until early next year. Tottenham signed him from Brighton for £25 million in the summer of 2022 on a 4-year deal. The Sun are also stating that last summer both Turkish giants Galatasaray and Fenerbahce made inquiries, with Spurs willing to sell. However, a complicated knee issue meant that both deals failed to materialise. Yves Bissouma was keen to stay and see out his contract at Tottenham, but sources now say that Galatasaray remain interested and are prepared to offer a 3-year deal. Also, sources close to the player are stating that several unnamed Premier League clubs have also reached out to his camp, aware that he will be out of contract in the summer. Sky Sports have also reported about Yves Bissouma and a possible exit from Tottenham Hotspur. Both him and Ben Davies are free to talk to clubs from January because they are both out of contract at Spurs in the summer of 2026. The Tottenham Hotspur Supporters Trust have come out and said that the unaffordable ticket prices at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium are killing Tottenham's atmosphere at home games. On Wednesday, Mikey Moore started for the England U19s as his side beat Lithuania 2-0 in Group B in Euro Championship qualifying. Many congratulations to Tottenham Hotspur legend Graham Roberts, who collected his legacy cap on Thursday evening pre-match England v Serbia. Now, Spurs midfielder Lucas Bergvall is set to make an early return to Hotspur Way, having departed the Sweden national team camp. A statement from the Swedish Football Association has stated that Lucas Bergvall will not be available to play in the men's national team's next 2 matches due to the consequences of the concussion he suffered in connection with Tottenham's league match against Chelsea on the 1st of November. Stefan Petersson, head of the men's national team for the Swedish Football Association, he said, "We had an agreement with Tottenham's doctor to do some tests during the week and then run at full speed so that Lucas would feel it properly. When there was a reaction, there was no hesitation. We don't want to take any risks." Now, all of the media outlets have covered this story. This one is from Sky Sports. US President Donald Trump will pardon former Tottenham Hotspur owner Joe Lewis. Lewis pleaded guilty to insider trading in the US and was fined $5 million, the equivalent of £3.8 million, in April last year. Despite the pardon, he will not be returning to the club. Ownership was handed over to his family trust in 2022 and the club are now run by the next generation of his family alongside Chairman Peter Charrington and Chief Executive Vinay Venkatesham. Lewis is now 88 and he has retired after a successful business career. He said he was grateful for the pardon and wanted to put this behind him. Joe Lewis has come out and said, I am pleased all of this is now behind me and I can enjoy retirement and watch my family and extended family continue to build our businesses based on the quality and pursuit of excellence that has become our trademark. Tottenham Hotspur sporting director Fabio Paratici has been talking to Sky Sports in Italy about his ban and returning to Spurs. He said, considering my personality, when I faced this situation, I felt ashamed to defend myself because you only defend yourself when you have done something wrong. And inside myself, I have always felt I did nothing wrong. It was a very long process. You have to deal with these situations that you never thought you'd have to face. At the end of it all, you feel almost as if it has improved you as a person. Nobody ever explained that Juventus and all of the people involved, including me, were not condemned for the artificial or distorted valuation of players, but for an accounting principle that had never been used before or since. Fabio Paratici then went on to say, I returned to Tottenham because they made me feel truly at home. They never judged me here, just showed support and help. There was never a moment when I felt that they had doubts about me. Now, my thoughts on everything in this episode. Let's start by talking about Lucas Bergvall returning to Hotspur Way following a reaction to his concussion. Of course, he missed the last couple of games, got injured in the Chelsea game and then missed the Copenhagen home game and missed the Manchester United home game. In my opinion, this was protocol anyway that he has to miss 2 games. And in my opinion, he should never, ever have gone off on international duty. I know the Sweden Football Association have come out and said that they had an agreement with the Tottenham Hotspur doctors, but it would have been easier all round and probably the best thing to do in that Lucas Bergvall actually stays behind. I know international duty is very important to some players, but your health is, paramount and it must come first. And I'm surprised that he went off on international duty in the first place. So wishing him a speedy recovery. We need players like this back, especially when we are about to face Arsenal and PSG. So wishing Lucas Bergvall a speedy recovery, and let's hope that he is fit and well for our upcoming games, which are going to be coming thick and fast, and they are tough matches. Galatasaray are in for Yves Bissouma again. Of course, the deal did not happen, him going to Turkey, either Galatasaray or Fenerbahce. But of course, him and Ben Davies will be available on free transfers at the end of this season. So will Spurs try to cash in on one of those, both of them in the January transfer window? Let's wait and see. Fabio Paratici saying he did nothing wrong. He feels very at home at Tottenham. Whenever I've seen Fabio, whenever I've met Fabio, I tell you what, he has a lot of people come up to him, shake his hand, and a lot of fans say those words of keep up the great work. And, then they joke and say, bring in blah, blah, blah. And then they give him loads of names and he a lot of the time smiles, but he's always engaging with the fans. And I've no doubt that he feels the love from a lot of the Spurs fans. And of course, everyone connected to Tottenham as well. He has a fantastic contact list. His black book must be absolutely huge. And, it's about signing players now, and it's about, these next couple of transfer windows, and I keep saying this on these episodes, these next couple of transfer windows are absolutely huge. But I tell you what, I much prefer to have Fabio Paratici at the football club than not having him at all. And of course, this new structure with the club's board, him coming in as sporting director alongside Johan Lange as well. Let's see how that pans out of them working together. Of course, they do have different responsibilities. Fabio, huge emphasis on him bringing in the right players, targeting the right players. And let's hope that we can sign some real superstars for the future to get this club moving up that Premier League table and fighting on all fronts. And of course, that goes hand in hand as well. Talking about Joe Lewis, he's going to be pardoned by Donald Trump. He will not be returning to Tottenham, but as his own statement said, everything has been passed to his family. And let's see how this all pans out. Let's see what ambition we show in transfer windows under the Lewis family. watch this space. Let's see how things are different in the future. Let's hope that we can be fighting on all fronts, and let's hope that we can, build a really, really decent squad and challenge for top honours. Thanks for watching and thanks for listening. I hope you enjoyed it. If you're watching on YouTube, please do hit the subscribe button, like, share and comment below. And if you're listening to this on an audio platform, please do hit the follow button and leave a review if you can. Enjoy the rest of your week. Stay safe and well. Keep smiling. Come on, you Spurs.